Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rainey and today we are going to do the end of the year WIP Parade and plans for 2025 video. So yay! I'm sure, like me, everybody's watch later feed is filling up with everybody's WIP parades. And I thought, I should throw my hat in the ring, right? I don't have a ton of WIPs, so this shouldn't be super long, but I say that and I ramble. Also, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm getting a cold. My dad was sick prior to Christmas. And then like the day after, and that might be happening a lot, the day after, or like the couple days after, my mom got sick, and she got it like really bad, like almost probably like the flu, but she barely ever gets sick. And then just last night, my nose started running like a faucet, and obviously the talking is going to be an issue. So actually, 1 second, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to go get some water so that I don't have to pause it very often after this. Okay, I got my water. We'll set that here, hopefully out of screenshot. Okay. This is already going well, isn't it? But it is December 29th today as I'm filming this. I have to work tomorrow, provided this doesn't get any worse. And then I get a half day on Tuesday for New Year's Eve. And I was invited to a party, but again, if this continues, I probably won't go. So, like I said, today is the 29th of December, so it's now or never for the WIP Parade for the end of 2024. I have, I didn't even count. See, it's always already going well. I think I have 13 WIPs, maybe 12. I think 13. But, and I have finished, my goodness, I haven't, hold on, let me look. I have my laptop right here, or my iPad. I can look it up here on my little Google Sheets thingy. All right, let's just take a look. Okay, so I have finished 4 projects in 2024. I have currently active WIPs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I have 12. I have 1 for every month of the year. That's exciting. And I am UFOing, which, if you're unfamiliar, means unfinished projects. I'm going to not work on them anymore. 2 projects. So let's start with the finished projects, shall we? Yes. So I said I finished 4. I can only show you 3 because the other one was a gift. I had done a baby sampler for a friend, so that was a gift. So I can't show that to you, but if you want to go back in some of my other videos, it's there. And that was from Lindy Stitches. It's called Hello Little Stranger, or Welcome Little Stranger. And I'll link that below if I can. I'm gonna try to remember. I'm really bad at this, but that's gonna be one of my New Year's resolutions, is to link all of the patterns that I can down below in my description. So we'll see if that actually happens. Okay, so I have too many things sitting here. The first one that I finished was also by Lindy Stitches, and it was May's Bird Crush Club from, I think it was 2022. It was her first year doing a club like this, and I got on the bandwagon, and it was really fun, but of course I could not keep up with all 12 birds that she sent. So I'm still working on them. Every year I make it a goal to finish them, and I haven't yet. But I finished May's, and this is the Lazuli Bunting. And I should have grabbed one that I'd already finished, but I'm finishing them in small hoops. And my idea is to hang them in a row above, either above my bed or across from my bed, like above my TV in my bedroom. That's the goal, but we'll see if that ever actually happens. But yeah, I just did this on, all of them are going to be done on, I believe, I'm using 16 count. Oh, wait, I can check that too, I think. Hold on. Sorry for there's a little bit of rustling. Oh, 18 count. Okay. All of them are being done on 18 count fabrics. So this is just a piece of 18 count that oh no, I didn't dye this myself. This is, I have a feeling this is Vintage Country Mocha in an Aida, 18 count Aida. Although this is, I don't know what this is. I should have tried to find the information, but I don't know if I'm sure I kept the pattern. I just don't know where it is. So yeah, but it is 18 count. And what's the one with the orange there? Would that be Vintage Mocha by Witchwold? Is that I don't know. I'm a bad floss tuber. Straight out of the gate, I already don't know things. But anyway, there you go. And then the next thing I finished this on, oh, do I have it? Oh, I didn't write it down. Oh, I don't know. I don't know when I finish it. But this is Our Father by Anne Makes Things on Etsy and Instagram. And I started this one on 7/2 of 2023, and I finished it on 10/24 of 2024. And I used all the called for floss. This is a piece of, I believe, 16 or 18 count Aida from Hobby Lobby that my friend gave me. And I think it turned out really pretty. I just have to put it in a frame and get it up on the wall, because I think that's what I'm going to do with it. I was thinking about scrapbooking it, but I think I might just frame it because I like that fabric and I like the pattern. I'd like to be able to see it, and I think it would look good in this room. The brightness, even though, I mean, it's not like all teals or anything, but it does have teals in it, and I just think the brightness would look good in all this teal. And then the last one that you have seen just recently is Mini Night Cafe by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Leonid Afromov. This is done on 22 count 1/1 full cross. And this was my big focus on a finish for 2024. I started this one on 9/4 of 2023. It was my third restart on this, and I finished it on 11/24 of 2024. And I have a frame for this, but have I done it yet? No. That'll be a January project, hopefully. I'm starting to accumulate quite the amount of, some people have an under the bed box. I have an in the closet box. Actually, it's more like an in the closet pile, because I like to say I'm organized, but I'm not that organized. Before we get to my WIP Parade, let's talk about the couple of projects that I decided I'm not going to work on. One is going to be a permanent UFO. The other one is just temporary till I decide how I feel about it. I still like the project, but I'll explain. So anyway, the first one that I'm permanently UFOing. I almost said DNFing, which is also the same thing, basically. I'm not going to finish it. Is Mini Birds and Blooms, or Mini Birds and Blooms Garden by Heaven and Earth Design. This is one of those minis that I don't like the mini version. I always used to say, like, I thought people that, were like so scrutinizing the detail and stuff on the minis were just being picky. But this one is one that makes me realize that, no, they're not. I just don't like how it looks. I was doing it 2/1 on, what is this? 25 count Lugana. And I was doing tent stitch, but I did the tent stitch in the opposite direction than works for my brain. So it's been really difficult to work on. And then at some point, because I had heard people say like, oh, it's not that noticeable if you start doing something different halfway through. So I started doing full crosses, which helped me. And you really can't tell on this small of fabric, but I just don't like it. I don't like the way that it looks in general. It's very grainy. This bird here, it's not very defined. The bluebells or whatever these are in the back just look like a blob to me. So I decided I'm just going to UFO this. And I have so much fabric left, which is good. And I was thinking about still doing the project and just having it. But I don't think so, because the more I look at it, the more I'm just unhappy with the way that it's going to turn out. So I will just cut it off and I will save this fabric. It's 25 count. If I have enough, I have another project that I'm considering, but I don't know if I will have enough for that project. So I have to think about that a little bit more. I didn't actually think that I had this much fabric that was usable, so that's good. So yeah, so I didn't have anything in mind for it until 2 minutes before I started filming, when I was getting out on my projects. So yeah, that one, sadly, I really love the colors of it. The colors of it are awesome, but yeah, just not worth my time when there are other things I'd rather stitch. And that was supposed to be a gift for my mom, but my mom is really not into hanging things around. Like, even if she would, like, if I did a painting, which I have done for her before. I like to paint. I'm not that great, but I'm decent at it. So I've done a painting for her in the past, which she has hung up, and she likes that. But it's not the same thing to her as me just recreating a pattern for her. She views it differently. So I don't really think she would appreciate it that much. So she would appreciate the work that went into it, but I don't know if she'd really want to hang it up. So I'm not too worried about UFOing this one. And then the other one that I am considering UFOing is, I'll put a picture up of what it would look like, is what's this called? Shire Painting by Thread of Magic, which is no longer even on Etsy. Leanne from Small Town Stitches, and I believe Alicia from Adventures of Stitching, and I had started a sal for this, and some other people were joining us, and if you still are doing it, great. But partway through, well, I mean, we're still in kind of like in the beginnings, like nobody's gotten very far because it's very confetti heavy. But we noticed some flaws in the pattern, which we figured out, we think. But then, so first of all, this is as far as I've gotten. So a decent chunk I think this was one of my 5% by 2025 projects, and spoiler alert, it's the only one of my 5% of my of those things that got to 5%. So, and I like it, but it's so confetti heavy. And I got a new laptop to export my progress to. And when I tried to export my progress to the new laptop, it just didn't go in properly. There's big chunks that it just took out, that they're just white space. So I mean, I still have it in my old Kindle that I had Pattern Keeper on in the past. So that's why I say it's a soft or soft DNF. That's what booktubers call, like, I might pick it up later, but not right now. It's a soft UFO, because if I want to get out that Kindle just for this pattern, then I'll continue it. But I just don't know. I don't know. If you joined us for the, I don't even remember, At Home in the Shire, Sal, is what we officially called it. If you joined us for that, are you still into doing this pattern? Are you still doing it? Or have you abandoned it as well? Because I believe Leanne has abandoned it. Alicia, I believe, has abandoned it. I'm the only one who has not completely abandoned it, but yet I'm sort of abandoning it. So let me know. Let me know if you're keeping up. And by all means, still keep going with it. I would love to see somebody complete it. I just don't know if I have the brain space to go back to an old machine for one pattern, and then whenever I get to that point where those few stitches are messed up, trying to figure that out, and what if there's more that I haven't figured out yet? I just don't know. So so this is a UFO for now. Now let's get into the exciting part of the WIP Parade. I should have beginning of the year pictures for everything except for the things, obviously, that I started in 2024. So I will, yeah, well, I mean, if I started them in 2024, I'm not going to have progress pictures for those. I mean, I will throughout the year, but you can go back and watch my floss tubes from this year for those, right? So, but for everything that was started prior to 2024, I will have beginning of the year photos for that. I will show you what the eventual project should look like. I will give you, if I have a goal for the particular project for next year, I'll let you know about that. And I will tell you the stats as much as I know. And unless I tell you otherwise, most of my projects, my full coverage projects, are now done on 22 count fabric, 1/1 full cross. There are some that are not, so I will tell you if I know. But yeah, I think, oh, I am just all in a shambles. Okay, I think I have all of the fabric counts on a piece of paper. So anyway, let's go. My first project is my oldest WIP, and I have been sometimes stitching this for Alicia's oldest WIP Wednesday that she the hashtag that she started, which of course hashtags don't work as well on Instagram anymore, but you know, they're still fun to have. And this is Shakespeare Quotes by Taylor and Cromwell on Etsy. I started this with my friend Tara from Recovering Book Hoarder on September 1st of 2022. So it is my oldest WIP at this point. And here is where it was at the beginning of 2024 or the end of 2023. Not really, I can't really remember when I took these photos, but there it is. And here it is now. And I never remember to bring something to put behind this, so hopefully you can see. But I am currently, let's see, I have a little, I bought the Jen Lee 24 Hours of Cross Stitch digital planner for next year, so I'm hoping that I can keep up with it. And I just put all my WIPs and their stats in it today. But anyway, what was I gonna say? It is currently, I have put in, apparently, I don't know if it's this year, but overall, I have put in 5,026 stitches, and it is currently at 30.72%. And I started out 2024 at 2,610 WIPs and 15.95%. So I got quite a good amount done on it this year. And my goal for this one in 2025 is a finish. So actually, after I am done with this video today, this is going to become my my travel stitch, and I'm going to, it's going to be my focus stitch for, well, the rest of the year, which is only a few days, but you know, to take to work with me, if I go to my parents' house, just anywhere that I go, I will take that with me. And then I will probably make that a focus in January, like a daily 30 type of a thing, to try to get that completed, because I'm tired of having it on my WIP list. I want it done and up on the wall or something. So that is WIP number 1. Next WIP is one that I would call one of my 2 big awesome projects. I was going to say the other term, but it is one of my BAPs, and it is QS Grand Library of Fire. This was my new year, new start in 2023, and this was a gift from Leanne from Small Town Stitches. And when she gifted it to me, she saw it was a QS, which should mean quick stitches. So now we laugh every time, because this quick stitch has 230,850 stitches. There's nothing quick about this stitch. I will be in my 80s probably before I finish this. But anyway, hopefully I've been putting up what it will look like when it is completed. I should have a beginning of the year picture of this one. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot done. Actually, January of 2024, I only had 1,447 stitches, and I was at 0.63%. And then I didn't take this one off of the big nerd hoop because it's just easier to wrangle this way. But this is where it is now. And I currently am at 4,555 stitches, and it is at 1.97%. Why I didn't just keep going to get it to 2%, I do not know. This was one of my 5% by 2025 projects. I kind of knew that was a stretch goal with as big as this project was. I kind of had a, more attainable goal of maybe like 2.5%, but obviously that didn't even happen. But I'm close. I'm almost at 2%. So, but that being said, I have originally, this is on 25 count easy grid. And originally I was having a really hard time kind of seeing it. I think it's 25. This might be 28 count, actually. Let me see. Do I have it? No, it's 25. So originally I was having a hard time seeing it, and there's just so much fabric. I just didn't know what to do. So luckily I got a Lowry stand for Christmas last year. So I have been putting it on the Lowry stand, and that's, I have also held it in my hand, but it's a much more enjoyable experience to just keep it on the Lowry. So yeah, so I am really enjoying this one though now that I figured out kind of how to handle it. My next WIP is Good Luck Bear, and this is charted by Lindsay at Blushing Pink Stitches. And again, I will link the pattern and her shop below. And I just thought that this good luck bear was so cute because I was really into the Care Bears when I was a little kid. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and Care Bears were big. um, and I just loved that these were like real bears. And then at the time, Maggie from Kitschy Whips was doing a totally tubular sal of 80s patterns or 80s inspired patterns. And that just happened to coincide. So I bought this pattern, not really looking at how big it was going to be. And I thought if I do it on my regular count, I'm going to have a ginormous green bear to do something with. I don't know what. So I decided to try 40 count linen. I have never tried 40 count linen before in my life. I probably never will again because it has been. Once I get into the groove with it, it's fine. But it's just really it's tedious and I just can't do it for very long. I have to use the magnifying glasses and all that stuff. And sometimes those can be painful after a while, give you a headache, blah blah blah, all the things. So that being said, I started this project on February 8th of 2023. I'm using a 40 count linen 1/1 tent stitch. So it is so small that I can't even do a full cross with it. I have to do 1/1 tent. And as of January 2024, I had only 758 stitches, and it was at 1.04%. And here is where it is now. And now we are at 1,956 stitches, and it is at 2.69%. This was also one of my 5% projects. Didn't make it there. I did get to 2.5% though, so I'm going to call that sort of a win. Just because this is like such a hard project for some reason. Well, because of the 40 count fabric. That I probably should have just made it a 2.5% one to begin with. But I'm working on it's a middle start for me with this one because it's not really, like, it's not full coverage in the normal sense of the word. It's just the bear. So I wanted to start in the middle. And this is the shamrock on his belly. So this will still be worked on. This will go into my rotation, which I'll talk about in plans. But it takes a lot of effort, people. I applaud people that can just whip out a 40 count project, 40 count stitch, and or higher. I've heard of like 56 count, and I'm like, what? I can't even imagine what that is. So I applaud you. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so the next one is very exciting. This is Quick Stitch Anne of Green Gables, and this is what it will look like when it is done, except for I have cropped a big portion of the tree because it's giant. And nobody needs that much tree. I don't need that much tree. And so I have cropped it to be more, I don't know if it's more square. I think it's square. But I lobbed off a good 20,000-ish stitches, which is nice. But did I say this is by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Aimee Stewart. And this was my 40th birthday start for in 2023. I actually started it early because I was going out of town for my birthday. So I started it on 4/26 of 2023. And it's in January of 2024. This is what it looks like. And I was at 4,589 stitches, and it was already with the crop at 5.34%. I don't know how I got it that precise with that. I must have done some math, which is unlike me. But here is where it is now. And as of filming today, we are at 5,973 stitches, and it is at roughly 7%. So the reason why this one is exciting is because I want to make this my focus project for next year. I'm not going to say focus on a finish, although that is what's in my brain. I do want to finish this, but I haven't really looked at Stitch Pile yet to see how many stitches a day that would be. It's probably at this point over 200 stitches a day. And I just don't know if I want to put that kind of pressure on myself in 2025. But I do want to make sure that I work on this every day, even if it is just 100 stitches. And I want to get as close to a finish as I can in 2023. So this will also go into the travel, the travel rotation, and just take it around with me all the time. Because I just want to chip away at it here and there and see how close to a finish I can get. If you watch, oh, I'm blanking on her name. Jeez. I'll put it right here. But she is doing the same pattern, but she is doing it on a 14 count fabric or something like that. And it is giant, but she's the whole way across the page. And it looks really, really good. I love it. I love seeing it every time. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name. Probably because she hasn't filmed an update in a little bit. But yeah, I really am enjoying her updates, and I love seeing this one come out. She just did like a 5-part WIP Parade. It was great. I'm sorry I cannot. I'm gonna blame it. Can I blame it on the cold? Let's blame it on the cold. My next project actually is one of my favorites so far in 2024. When did I start it? I started it on 7/24 of 2023. The project is Mini the Nativity by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. And it's just been a pretty relaxing stitch, honestly, this year, because there's a lot of sky. So if I'm not in a confetti mood, but I want to make progress on a full coverage, I pull that one out and just stitch a bunch of blue sky and then put it away. Or I can go down into the wise man there and work on some confetti. Try to get more of him busted out by I was trying to get more done by the end of the year, but I was trying to get them out every 24th and 25th of the month, but I could never remember to do that. So anyway, this is where it was at the beginning of the year. And at the beginning of 2024, I was at 5,614 stitches, and it was at 6.4%. And then today, because I have been making it my focus project for the month of December for Christmas, I am at 10,114 stitches, and it is at 11.53%. I'm sorry for all the scraggly threads everywhere, but yeah, doesn't it look so good? When I first started showing it, and it was only up here in the palm tree, you could barely see it, I thought. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be another one of those minis that I don't like the way it looks. But, once it got more filled in and I, hold it back, I just think it looks really good. So this is one of those instances where I am not bothered by, any kind of detail stuff with the mini, because I think it looks great. The next one is Sweet Nectar by Heaven and Earth Designs. I forgot to look up who the artist is, but I will put it somewhere when I link it. This was a 40th birthday gift from my friends Sarah and Amanda, and it is on 22 count, which, like I said, most of my projects are. It is another one that I consider a large project. It's not a BAP, but I consider it a large project. And I started it on 10/20 of 2023. And at the end of 2023 into 2024, I only had 679 stitches on it, and it was at 0.45%. And today, this is where we are now, and I'm at 2,724 stitches, and it's at 1.81%. So didn't work on this one as much as I would have liked to this year, but hopefully it will come out more. And this is another one that is really pretty easy to work on at this point. I'm trying to kind of get more into the hummingbird. He's starting to form. I think around here is where his wing is going to start. So I was kind of trying to get into that a little bit more, but it's another one where there's so much background, and the background is not very confetti heavy, so it is just kind of really quick to get some progress on. So I wish I had gotten more progress, which that pretty much just means I didn't work on it for long enough. So I need to get back into that next year. The next one is just a little Lindy Stitches pattern, and it is called Sugar Plum Dreams. This is a freebie that she put out a couple years ago. I started this one on 12/2 of 2023 during the Jingle Ball, and I used it as my Jingle Ball stitch this year too. And also I have tried to use it for my snow day stitch. I've missed a few snow days here and there, but we haven't had a ton of snow days recently. So I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna stay a snow day stitch, or if I'm just gonna just work on it when I want to work on it. But anyway, at the end of January, or at the beginning of January of 2024, I only had 468 stitches in it, but it was, because it's not a full coverage, it was at 6.93%. And today, this is where he is. And it is, I did 1,511 stitches, and it is at 22.38%. Now, this isn't Pattern Keeper, but somehow I messed up. So his butt should be up higher, and the cat should be up higher. So he kind of has more of the horse has a straighter back than he's supposed to, but I decided I don't really care. So I am just filling him in, and just gonna go from there. I don't think it's really gonna affect anything. But again, this is just one that I just pull out when I just need something that doesn't, well, obviously I should have had more thought into it than I did, or else I wouldn't have messed it up. But yeah, I mean, filling in a horse doesn't really take a lot of thought. The thing that I shouldn't have done, my plan, I wanted to get it, I outlined it so that I could fill it in during the Jingle Ball, but I shouldn't have done that, because I know, obviously I miscounted somewhere. But oh well, save la vie. So I don't really have any specific plans for this one either, other than I guess I would like to get it done, because this is kind of a sad start on this one. It's not even a start, but it's just like I did it. I started this a year ago, and it's not a huge stitch. I should have it farther along than it is. So this might go in the bag to try to get some fill in here and there. I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling. Apparently I'm hungry. And it just started really growling at me. So if it gets really, really bad, I might stop and go get something to munch on and then come back. But yeah, we'll just keep going until it's really loud. But anyway, the next stitch, the next WIP that I have is Minnie the Library by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Auguste Toulmouche, who is a French artist in the Victorian-ish era. I started this as my New Year, New Start for this year, 2024. So it started January 1st, 2024. This was a gift from my friend Alicia from Adventures of Stitching. I don't have where it was earlier than this year because we're into my 2024 starts. So so here is where it is now. And as of today, we are at 2,997 stitches. Does anybody else, when they start actually saying things on a video, just like sound like such a moron? Like, why can't I say numbers? Okay, so 2,997 stitches this year. And we are at 3.39%. I got kind of tired. Originally, my original intent was to color complete all of one of the blue colors. I got kind of tired of that. So I am now starting to fill in her arm so that I can so it doesn't just look like a big blue blob. So I'm trying to make it look a little bit more like something. And then maybe I'll go back to color completing. I don't know. My next piece is Welcome to Rivendell by Country Magic Stitch. And I started this piece with Leanne, and I believe Alicia is also doing this one. And we started it on 5/1 of 2024, also one of my New Year, or not New Year, New Starts, birthday starts for 2024. And yeah, there's no there's no like when you saw it my last WIP Parade picture. So here is where it is now. And as of today, we are at 2,061 stitches, and it is at 9.15%. So my goal for this one in 2025 is to finish it. I would like to see this one finished. It's a lot of block stitching. It really should be very easy. I just need to pull it out more. So yeah, that's the plan. It's on the rotation. like I keep saying, it's on the rotation. Next up, we have Wine Country Escape by Heaven and Earth Designs. I believe this artwork is also by Aimee Stewart. That would make sense for the way this one looks. I started this one as my official birthday start this year. I started it on 5/4 of 2024. My birthday is 5/5, but like I said, I was traveling on my birthday. So this was also a gift from my friend Leanne, and it is also one that I consider it is the BAP of the group. It has 456,800 stitches. I don't even know. It's the only one I have that is that huge. But as she continually reminds me, it was on your wish list, Rainey. You should have known. And I was like, yes, you're right. I just didn't even think about how many stitches that was. But anyway, I don't have any before pictures, and here it is now. And again, sorry for all the dangly threads, but I am actually starting in the lower left-hand corner, which is unusual for me. Not sure if I really like it, but I didn't want to get stuck in sky. I wanted to do some of the more interesting bits and the roses and stuff at the bottom. So yeah, I started in the lower left. And as of today, I have 1,205 stitches, and it's at 0.26%. So not very far in. It's going to take a while, but actually I really enjoyed doing this. Oh, and I am doing this. I forgot to mention Am I doing 2? Yes. Sorry. Okay, yes. I am doing 2 over 1 tent stitch on this. So it's pretty good dense coverage, but it's only tent stitch. But I'm doing it in the direction that it makes more sense in my head. So I'm doing lower left to top right, which is like the bottom leg of my stitching normally, which I thought would mess me up. That's why I started doing birds and blooms, like as it would be the top of my stitch. But I realized that I count off of things based off of the lower left stitch. So that was messing me up. So I decided to do it this way, and it's working a lot better. I like it. And yeah, it's really detailed already. I love this one. It's just going to take me forever. My next piece is my first Mirabilia, my first fancy lady. And this was also a 40th birthday gift from a few different friends. And it is Midsummer Night's Dream Fairy by Mirabilia. And my gift came with the pattern and all the beads and all the Krynic that I need, which is great because I know nothing about beading or using the Krynic fabric or the Krynic threads. So that was great that they were able to pretty much kit that up for me. I just had to kit it up with the DMC and find fabric. And as per usual, I forgot to pull out the little card that has the maker of my fabric, but I know it is called Little Piggy, which is the funniest name. I love it. But anyway, this is where she is now. And I just had her on 1,000 stitch rotation. So actually, I'm going to put side by side, I'm going to put where she was at the beginning of December, because I have gotten a lot of progress on her. So I'm kind of excited about that. So before that, she just kind of looked, I was working down in here, obviously, and it just looked like a blob of nothing. So then I decided I wanted to get to her actual skin. The only thing I don't like, I'm going to have to redo her back stitching, I think, because look how lumpy her arm looks. I mean, I think I did it right, but still, I don't like that. I mean, from far back, obviously, you can't tell, but I think I might redo that back stitching. Yeah, I thought I might try to back stitch as I go so that, things look more defined. The color is coming out pretty good of the Little Piggy fabric. It's pretty bright, which I like. So yeah, I have not ventured into the beading and all that stuff yet because I like stitching. I'm not an in-hand stitcher. So I'm going to have to try to figure that out for the beading portion, but I'm saving the beading. And obviously, being that is a paper pattern, I don't have any stats for it, really. It'll get done when it gets done. Oh, but I did start that one on 5/19. It was one of my birthday starts. I think I did a birthday start a week in May this year. I don't know why. I just got like a startitis during my birthday month. So, but yeah, that's really all I can tell you about that one. I have one more WIP for you. And it is Autumn is So Joyful by Lila's Studio. I started this on 9/22/24. And I started this with the Autumn is So Joyful Sal that is run by Samantha over at the Huga Stitcher. As of today, oh my goodness, starting to lose my mind, people. This is where I am at that one. So we are at 1,955 stitches, and it is at 7.29%. So my original, do I have the tag on this one to tell me what the fabric is? No, of course not. Why would I not? This might be the fiber on a whim. I don't know. I will put it below. But anyway, descending into madness. This was going to be my all of autumn piece, but then I was trying to get Mini Night Cafe done, so I just, got to put this away. But I'm loving this. I love the colors of this. I love all the little critters that are in this. So I'm excited to continue this. Okay, so that is all of my WIPs. If I didn't say a fabric that is not a 22 count, because I feel like I did, I will put everything, all the details of everything that I know of down below in my description. And yeah, now let's quickly talk about my plans for 2025. Because it won't take long. I don't have a ton. I already told you that I want to make Quick Stitch Anne of Green Gables my focus project, where I'm at least putting in like a daily 100. I do have to see what Stitch Pal says it would take to get a finish on it. But I just don't want to have that kind of pressure on myself, although probably because I have even said it, that's going to be in my head all year, and I will probably try. That's just kind of the way I am. So I don't have a lot of new starts planned. That doesn't mean I'm not going to start new things, because I am. But I am going to start, I'm going to have a New Year's new start, and that is going to be Beatles Collage by Stitches So Beautiful. And I got some fabric recently from a new place to me, Stitchery Express, and they cut it perfectly to what you want. So I'm excited for that. And then also in the first week of January, my friend Mandy from Coffee and Stitches with Mandy on YouTube. She's been off YouTube for a while, but she did a couple of Vlogmas or Flossmas videos recently that I'll link down below. And she's also on Instagram as Mandy Pinecone on Instagram. But it's going to be her 40th birthday on January 9th. And she wants her birthday sal to be anything in a series. So if you have like, the houses from, the houses that I'm talking about, like the little Hobbit house and that kind of thing. She wants anybody to work on something from a series in the week of her birthday. So because I do the Bird Crush Club, I am going to do the next bird in my series, which is June's bird. And it is the Western Meadowlark. Meadowlark? Yeah. She's cute. And I don't know what kind of, what this says. Oh, okay. It's Jade, 18 count Jade Aida by Picture This Plus. That apparently, I don't know if I bought this specifically for that or if I just had it. I don't know. But, yeah. I'm going to start that for my friend Mandy's birthday. And then other plans, I think I want to try the temperature thing that everybody is doing. That Siska from Siska Stitches started, and then like there's been a lot of like tailoring to fit other people's needs going on throughout. So I think the way I'm going to do it is I picked 10 projects. And I think that I will go off of the previous day's AccuWeather high temperature. So I think I'll do it that way, and just like mark down what the high was that day, and then that will be like my 30 minutes a day stitch. So I think that's the plan. We'll see if I can do that, because I don't know. Sometimes switching projects daily is a little too much for my brain. So we'll see if that's something that I can keep up with. I like the idea. The idea sounds really fun, and it seems like it would get you a lot of progress throughout the year. But I just don't know if I can handle it. So really, that is all of my plans for the year. I'm just kind of going to go with the flow. I do have some other charts that I would like to start, because a lot of them were gifts that I would like to actually start, show to, have some progress on the gifts that I was given. But I also just don't want to overwhelm myself. But I guess one of my plans is I want to get a lot of things done. So I would definitely like to get Shakespeare Quotes done, Rivendell done, Sugar Plum Dreams done. I would like to get at least this bird done. I'd like to get more done. But if I can get more of the little things that I have going on that aren't the giant projects done, then I can maybe think about adding some more big projects in. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, those are my plans for 2025. I'm sorry if this was a little scattered, although who knows, all of my videos are probably scattered. But I'm just starting to get a little bit stuffy, and I'm thinking about that. And then apparently I'm hungry. I'm thinking about that. So, but anyway, friends, hopefully I can edit this into something that is palatable to watch. And I just had a coughing fit right there after I said that. So, so anyway, I am going to go, and I will talk to you in the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2025. Be safe. Don't do anything dumb. All right. I'll talk to you soon.